Yo, DDP, what's up, dude? Oh, probably hear myself twice. Oh, it's because I have that open. Ha. Okay, hold on. I feel like my music's probably really loud. Hold on. It's not really loud, it's just slightly loud. There we go. A little too late to test again. Fear not. My Dingai Mortimer, I did about 6 quadrillion tests before you got here. I was trying to get some new. Oh, knew I was reading something yet again. I'm trying to set up a bunch of stuff. But I can't get it to work. So I don't know if it's me being dumb, but type in just test all lowercase. This is a test feature of the things I want to do, but now you get to look at my background. So now whenever you say test, it'll instantly say test complete. Can't stick around because it's 1 a.m. for me, but just gotta say incredible video today. Thanks, dude. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, it took a lot of time. And I don't think it's like my most entertaining video, but I think it's hopefully well illustrated. So it's even later for me, so I'm gonna disappear randomly. Yeah, no worries, dude. I know it's late for you guys. These streams are for the Friday streams are for our US folks, I suppose. I think today is gonna be, you know, I guess I could just do that. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say I could do just my face, but I kind of want to show you some of the stuff. So it's kind of cool. Like, there's literally like a whole flow editor thing. So like I could hook up stuff. So right now it just, yeah, if you say test, it says test complete. It was entertaining for me. I learned some new stuff too. Okay, well, good. It's kind of hard for me to be like partial, you know, like I've watched it for like 1 billion hours now. So it's just like, I don't know what to think about it anymore. So, so yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to like get this like whole thing set up. Like I can do some pretty complex stuff, and I'm trying to get this like point system to work where like I need to figure it out, because right now in theory, actually, let's see if I just don't know why it's not working. It should in theory work. But I want a separate point system, one for 2 reasons. One, besides Beatcoin, 2 reasons. One is because I want YouTube people to be able to have, you know, points, which, you know, I don't know if it's necessarily like needed, right? Because like we don't really have a ton of people on YouTube, although when I post more videos, more people show up on YouTube, so shrug. And a lot of you came from YouTube and maybe you prefer it, so, you know, there you are. The other reason is I want to be able to reward points to you guys, because I really think it'd be cool to start like encouraging you guys using like the clipping feature, so that makes my life easier, which makes, you know, makes me more popular and I can afford to live off just doing this kind of thing. So I tried to set up a bunch of stuff, and literally none of it has panned out. So that's cool. I tried to set up a bot to like, yeah, it's literally configured. Set up live roll. Oh. I don't know. So I think today might be stream improvement stuff. Like there's a cool feature in this that I found. Like we could do games together. You guys want to try it? It's just like a stupid little. See, I gotta see if this works too, because like a lot of these things are broken. And I don't know if it's me. Or what. Like we could do on Pixel Battle. So we can like open this. And this is like a thing that I could put up on the background and you could paint on here. I prefer Twitch at this point because it's faster and I can support you more easily. Next time I'm not broke. I feel it. If you don't have a Twitch account before if I didn't already have a Twitch account before, I wouldn't have transitioned though. Yeah, that's part of it. It's that like some people have literally, I mean, I think Maximus literally created a Twitch account just to hang out with me, you know? So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, like, I just think it'd be cool. Honestly, the biggest thing is like, I think it'd be cool to like, hey, I want you guys to like clip cool moments. So I can like literally just take that and throw it on YouTube and we can get more people to show up here and we can have cooler, more events. Like, and you know, we're doing the game jam, but it'd be cool to have like bigger. I already had a Twitch, but I was just collecting dust. There you go. Well, now you have a new account because you had to get banned. Anyway, my activity went up like 60,000% or something when I found you. Well, good. Here, try this. Try typing in red and then two numbers. So, well, I guess I can try it. Well, let's see, like red 1 space 4. Aha, it does work. Okay, you guys try it. So like a color, it worked for me. There you go. Okay. You can type in other colors too if you want. I think there's blue, there's green, yellow, purple, orange, pink, cyan, white, black, brown, gray. This is kind of like a cool feature, right? Like there's like top artists. I don't know if there's a cooldown on it. I'd assume there is. Well, maybe not. So yeah, you guys can paint stuff. So like we could have stuff like this. There's like a bunch of different games like this that it has built in, which is kind of fun. They're all pretty like simple little ones, but like, I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. But yeah, I want to do like some stream improvements. I want to have more stuff going on. Like this could be even something that's like pops up when we're in the BRB screen or something like that. I don't know. So, I don't know. Just more cool things, you know? Oh, does it start at 0? Cyan 0 0. Yeah, 0 0 is up in the corner. Gotcha. I was gonna say 1 1 you'd think would be the first one, but no, it starts at 0. I can also just like press a button and it'll insert a thing. I don't know why, but you know, it's kind of interesting. I don't know how cool this one is specifically. It's kind of fun. But yeah. More importantly though, I was hoping the point system would work, but I still don't think that's working. I don't know, honestly, I did like all the features on the other people's streams, but I also enjoy ones that are so much. I enjoy these ones so much if I wasn't I want, or sorry, I can't read your words apparently. My words are failing to read your words. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, having too many distractions can be crazy. I don't want anything like this. Wouldn't always be up on screen if I had something like this, right? If I just put this on screen, I wouldn't want like, you know, us to be trying to have a conversation and people are going like blue 6-4, you know, like just like yelling in the chat, right? This is like something you put up while you're not here, like to entertain yourselves, kind of thing, you know. This isn't you know, that kind of thing. The features I would want are going to be more about interactivity and not like, because we did talk about like, or someone mentioned, was it Grot? I think Grot mentioned like what's it called, stream, I can't remember what it's called now, stream avatars, like the little people who like run along the bottom of the screen. This could go wrong. This could go. Apparently my brain is just fried at this point. I think between finishing the video and then just like trying to figure out half of the stuff, my reading comprehension is just gone. This could go bad fast with the wrong audience. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you could definitely get the wrong stuff. But anyway, you get the point. I do want some of these features though. I think it would be cool. One, if I can get this like flow editor thing to work, I can like make it so if you send different messages, it has different like interactions. I can make it so like things appear on screen and stuff like that. Because I think what I'm gonna do is I want, I think with so for the events we got a game jam, right? That's option or thing one that's gonna happen. Thing two that's gonna happen, we kind of tied between we make a game on stream like all together and D&D. I think I want to push toward D&D because those tied. I think I just want to go to D&D because the other one feels too much like the game jam. It's just kind of like, okay, we get to make 2 games and that kind of feels like a lot. Not that I don't want to do it in the future, and I'm sure we will, but I think I'm just going to pick D&D for the other thing. My worry with that is I don't want it just to feel like a choose your own adventure book, right? I don't want to just feel like, all right, you got to the thing. Do you want to do this or this? And it's like, that's cool and all, but I feel like there's probably a better way to do it with kind of like commands and stuff like that. I don't know what that is yet, or at least maybe more interesting with commands. So we could do something like that. We could set some cool stuff up. Maybe this isn't the tool to do it, but this would be helpful because it's already built into my chat. So for some reason I can't get some of the functionality to work besides our cool test feature, but and honestly I'm not really sure how much I can get it working now. But the other thing I want to get working is the points, because I think we could do like cool stuff. Like I mentioned having our little guys maybe be in a, I didn't mean to mess that up. Our little guys here, these guys, be something where it's like you could do a text redeem and they like your little guy that you have. I see the cobwebs. Yeah, it's the little ghosts and the cobwebs. It's that spooky season. Yo, Anonymous, what's up, dude? Yeah, I want to kind of have like these little guys like pop up, like, because eventually they're going to be too many on screen, right? Because enough people are going to redeem these guys and it's going to be a mess, right? So I think it'd be cool to have like a redeem where your little guy pops up on screen and maybe like says your chat message. That might actually be able to be doable on Twitch, but I don't know. So I think it'd be cool to do that kind of thing. And then maybe we making one of these guys a little separate redeem. And potentially I think you can make it so like if you have multiple avatars, like if you made a bunch of them, like it would randomly pick between them. So I don't know. I think it'd be cool to do stuff like that. We'll have to play around with it. Did I say yo, Anonymous? I saw you. Yo, what's up, Anonymous? How you doing? What are you up to tonight? What's everyone else up to tonight? I haven't said anything. I haven't asked you guys how you were doing. I'm just talking about myself. No, I'm just talking about just features that we could add to the stream because I think it'd be cool. I don't want it to get too distracting, but I do want interactivity, you know? Sounds like a really good idea, but it sounds tough to do. I don't think it... Like, I don't know if it is. That's the thing. We might even be able to do it through Twitch. Like, I think it might... Well, let's go back to the full display here for a second. It might just be as simple as, like, doing alerts. Like a channel point redeem. Like if we make a new channel point redeem, you could have it be for, we'll keep it like this. You can make it for a specific redemption. Whatever, you can pick one. Okay, maybe this isn't it on here. I think this might be only for oh, how do I delete this? Oh, there it is. Delete. Yes. Maybe it's only like subs that you can do that. We could easily do it with subs, I think, because you can do like yeah, you can do literally a subbed to buy. So if it's like a specific person, it can go that way. Yo, Carmen, how you doing? What the heck? Oh, sorry, hold on, let me catch up real quick. I'm not even that far behind. My brain's just not working. Oh yeah, since adding in stream avatars is relatively streamlined, it should be able to recognize usernames and pop up specific art. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So the thing with stream avatars is just kind of like that one I feel like is distracting, even though it's cool. But this looks so much nicer than using stream elements. Oh, using Twitch's alerts. Yeah, I mean it's pretty good. I've never actually even tried stream elements. I know like a lot of people use it, but I just for some reason like didn't know it existed and I got here first. Good, just sick. Oh no. You got a like cold or something? Sorry you're not feeling well. I'm just kind of yapping right now, to be honest. I'm trying to figure out different what's it called? My brain is not working today. Your background's so clean. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I try not to have many icons on there. The only other thing you can't see is my recycling bin on the other side. It's always in the other corner. Or are you talking about the art? I don't know. Either way, I don't have many icons here. But yeah, I'm trying to get like this thing set up, but it's not working. So shrug, you know. But yeah, here we are. I might end up like if I can't get this to work, I might just switch to doing art, but yeah, I probably should say this while I'm here. If you haven't already, I did release my new video for anyone who's just hanging out here. I did release my new video on my how to play video thing for Armies Against Entropy. Probably shouldn't even click on it. Oh god, that's an ad. Hold on. I'm poor. Don't have YouTube Premium, okay? We've got the new video of the century. Thank you. But yeah, I being poor is so real. It really is, isn't it? But yeah, so we got the new video. If you guys have a moment to spare and feel like learning a game, it's not really like the most entertaining video. If you're not, you know, if you just want to watch a video, my other videos are more entertaining. But this one is kind of, it was an important one to make, right? Like I kind of needed to actually promote the game and like share it with people, because I want to start doing like more collaboration streams and stuff. Editing is good. Thank you. Yo, Sean the Pawn. But yeah, I wanted to, you know, start doing like inviting more people to play the game on stream and stuff like that. So I thought it would be good to actually make a how to play video instead of being like, hey, do you want to spend an hour talking about the game and then actually play it? So yeah, there we have it. There's the video. I think anyone who likes card games is super entertaining because the mechanics of the game are interesting and original. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Magic, but a resource management, but cooperative. It's kind of hard to like, it's kind of a hard game to like just explain simply. But it's also, I don't think it's that complex once you kind of see it. I think this hopefully this makes it easier to comprehend, right? But yeah, so but yeah, so here we are. Here we go. You know, you didn't need to go so hard on the editing for a how to play video. See, I think that's true. But I also like I also think people don't go hard enough on their how to play videos, you know? I think if people like a lot of how to play videos are pretty dull, and I thought making sure to like make sure it was interesting like was helpful and well illustrated, right? Like I wanted to make sure it like I wanted to make sure that everything was understandable. I do think it took too long to make. Like I probably shouldn't have gone so hard because it took forever, but I did want to make sure that like we had all these graphics to show exactly what you were looking at so you could understand the game. So yeah, the reason it's hard to define is because there's nothing quite like it, but it's simple enough in its basics. Yeah. Yo, I'm good. I'm good. I was just trying out New World a bit. Check out New World a bit. Oh, sorry. We'll check out the video. I really can't read right now. My brain is shot. My dyslexia is acting up hardcore. Check out the video, bro. Looks good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Honestly, more like a trailer for a Kickstarter than a how to play. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Maybe it could double as one, you know? A lot of this stuff I can reuse though, right? Like I could reuse all these these assets. It's very well put together. Yeah, thank you. The video is designed to age well, so good editing is huge plus. Yeah, it's true. And I think, like I said, like a lot of the stuff I could just reuse. I could reuse for future videos if I need it, right? If I need to like re-explain something, I can just reuse footage. So what do we do in the stream? Honestly, I wanted to do some, just skipping my chat, huh? I think this is a video to go hard on. Okay, yeah, no, I just missed it. Actually, I think I read it. I just didn't say it out loud. Of course. Zip push up redeem. My punishment. This stream, ideally, I was gonna do some stream improvements, like maybe some, I don't know. I honestly tried to get a lot of the stuff to work earlier, and I was having trouble, and I'm not sure. My plan was to work on these, but I literally am at like I've hit a wall and trying to figure out how to get some of the stuff to work. So yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, okay, fine. Push-ups. Push-ups. Let's see. Oop. Where even, like, what am I looking at? My speakers. A wire to my speakers. Push-up time. Honestly, I kind of need to not be wearing pants. It's too hot. They have done 11, but here we are. Also, I'm going to open the window. There's no children start yelling. Cat likes it though. Hey. 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 What you doing? Hmm? Hi. Sorry. There we go. Okay, bye. I guess we could do this. There you go. There she is. In all her glory. One of my favorite parts about the video is how smooth the actual gameplay looked. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted, I mean, obviously, like, this is Tabletop Simulator, right? But, I want to make sure, like, a lot of other things look smooth, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, so the thing was, I wanted to get some of these features to work. I have technically the Spotify integration working, so I could actually, like, in theory, it's supposed to be, you're supposed to be able to, like, actually, someone else try it. Someone do ! Song. I want to see if this works. Maybe it's just not working. You did the unit deduction and addition bits really well. Well, thank you. I've migrated. Yo, Sean the Pawn. Welcome to the Twitch side. Song. Weird. See, it doesn't show up on... It wants to work, but it's not, and I don't know why. I wonder if, like... I wonder if it's being, It almost looks like it's being, like, filtered out. Visibility. Maybe there's, like, a show Spotify thing on here. I don't know. So there's like a, you know, let's start a document here. Sorry, 1 second. Here. Not that the video has any sound right now. And that's definitely on purpose. I just want you to go watch the video yourself. And you probably have, most of you have probably seen it. What was I? Oh yeah, let's start a new document. What are you doing up there? Down she goes. And my hoodie. You smelling it? Anyway, let's open a new document. I think we had like a stream improvements document that I just hadn't touched in forever. This video gonna add to the catalog of videos that is played when you take a break. That would be a good thing to do, honestly. That'd be a good thing to add. I kind of forgot about that, but it should. Now, where's this document? Sorry, give me a second here. We're kind of fumbling a little bit. This isn't going to be my greatest stream. I'll just tell you right now. Streaming stuff. Is this it? Okay. There we go. All right, we're going to throw this over here. Okay, we basically have gotten rid of, like, we don't need... We technically do need... We do need actually all these. So this is actually like gifted subs. I can't type. Y'all, I don't know what's happening with my brain. I'm failing. I'm failing horribly right now. Let's talk what we want for stream improvements. Is there anything y'all want specifically? We have, I think there's only one emote slot, one like normal emote, and one, or maybe like 3 animated. I guess that's what subscriber slots was, but whatever. I guess they're all yeah, they're all subscriber slots, but Luna Lucky Cat's a good one. That would be a good animated one. It would be pretty cute as an option. More AE emotes? Okay. Put it in there. Hey, Duder. Yo, is that the most epic sauce? The most epic of sauces? How the heck you doing? I want to get, let's just type in social stream. I would like to get their channel point thing working. Or what do they call it? Reward? What do they call it? Like reward points or something. Point system, I guess what they call it. I want to get their point system working. Least epic, if you ask me. Hey, Toot. What do you think you're trying to say? What are you saying to Sauce? Yeah, I want to get their point system working. I want to, I think it would be cool. So this would probably be like a redeem is we separate, maybe we just go to this one. No, you can't see anything. Wait, no, I'm at this one. There we go. Just because it's spooky. I think it would be cool to get our little dudes, little guys. It's probably its own redeem. To make that its own redeem, and then maybe having like a talking little guy. I keep calling little dudes, little guys. A talking little guys redeem. Because I think we could do that. I don't think that's too difficult if we can get this stuff working, which means we need to get like the WebSocket thing working, which I don't know anything about. I don't know if any of you know anything about WebSockets. I like the Halloween overlay. Much spoopy. Spooky. You said spooky and I said it spoopy. So here we are. Yeah, thanks. This is just normal, but you know, we got our ghosts, we got our cobwebs, which are kind of hard to see against the dark background, but little guys need a catchy name. I think they're just called little guys, to be honest. I mean, I could be wrong, but little guys sounds about right, you know? Beat pits, beatlets, beatums, sprites. I don't know. We could do something, right? We could do something with it. But it'd be cool to have like, you know, say, you know, DDP sends a message and this little guy goes, and then it has like the text he said. Beatlets is good. You know, it just does that, and then it goes away, because eventually at some point these are going to be too many. We're going to have too many of these on the screen. There's just going to be too many of them. And so I think it would be cool to have it be like one of them shows up on screen, says something, and then it goes away. See? DDP's already in character. It's gonna be a good way to Indicate who's been a long-term viewer. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I've seen this before, like Painted King, he's like someone I follow. He's like a streamer as well. I think we've rated him. We definitely have rated him a few times, but he has like something. It's a lot like he has got like a full heckin' portrait for people. Like people have to spend like 100,000 channel points or something in order to get it, and it's like a full illustrated drawing. He takes like 12 streams to finish it. But it does do that. So I think it would be kind of, I think it's doable the way I want to do it, but I don't know exactly how, and I don't know how much effort it actually will be, but I feel like at the very least, like the very least we could do is one of these guys shows up and then it does the TTS like Brian voice or whatever it is. I can't remember what is it. Brian? Why do I always forget what his name is? The TTS Twitch voice. Whatever. Either way, that's my thought. I think that would be cool. We also probably want to get the social stream stuff working for D&D, because I think that's what we're doing. I mentioned it before. It tied for second place in our vote, but I think it would be for the best if we did D&D over, we make a stream, or we make a game together on stream, because we are doing a game jam, because I feel like those two things feel kind of similar. So we need a way to do that, right? I would prefer it not be just like a choose your own adventure story. I understand you're not wanting to do two game dev things. 'Tis a diverse channel after all. I mean, it's not even that I don't want to do it. I just think it makes more sense, like, with what has transpired. Like, if we won something else, like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess it is for the diversity's sake, but I also think you watched Doug's AI D&D campaign. I have not, but I should. I've seen some of his other stuff. You could have something like that with Beatlets representing the viewers. I'll have to take a look at it. I've seen some of his other stuff. I don't think it would be AI necessarily, because I don't want to. I mean, I guess you could just do it with like ChatGPT or something, but eh. I just don't want it to be exactly like a choose your own adventure thing. I don't know exactly how he did it, but yeah, I don't want it to necessarily just be. I don't know. I mean, we could do the we all make a game on stream. I just don't know if, like, do you guys want to do both? Like, do you really want to be like, okay, I'm gonna make you a bunch of art assets and like game rules, and then next week we're gonna do a game jam for 2 weeks? You know, I don't know. I just feel like doing a D&D thing takes the pressure off of you guys. And then, because all the work is going to be on you guys on the game jam, right? And then for the stream, or like for the we make a game together, half that work's going to be on you as well. But I was thinking a little less prefix for beats and more realize that beatlet. What? Oh, prefix. Oh, beatless? Beatles? I don't know. See what you're saying. Oh, I see. sorry, I get it now. Like I said, I can't read right now, but now I get it. The AI is a bit unnecessary, but he planned out a couple of maps. They made a Slay the Spire type diverging path and used random backgrounds. The locations just moved character sprites around on those backgrounds. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'll watch it. I think it'll probably be good inspiration for that, for sure. I, But yeah. Here we are. God, my brain's not working. I'm so sorry, guys. Why are you guys here again? Yeah, so emotes. I think just like a standard emote that would be fun is just like a blush emote. It's cute, you know. AE emotes, AAE emotes would be cool. I'm trying to think what those would even be though. Yeah, I don't know if you guys agree. You know, let's just do a quick poll here. Because we got a decent number of people in here. This isn't an official poll. This is just kind of for me to get an idea. If it is more split than I thought it would be, then we can actually revote. But what will the second event be? We make a game on stream. I'll just throw it up as a poll because so again, for context, D&D would be we do like chat type stuff or does redeems or something, some sort of commands that makes them as like you do that and that kind of ends up as a as the story, like you influence the story. So it wouldn't be like in voice chat or anything. It would just be that's how it would be. We make a game on stream would be you know, we're actually physically making a game together. Feel free to say what you're like, basically kind of like a game jam, but we're all working together is the difference essentially. So feel free to throw in what you think on the poll. There for 2 minutes, but we'll see how active you guys are today. See if your brains are as active as mine right now. And as to say, mine isn't very active, so. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know if I'm actually gonna get this done today. I feel like quite inactive, it seems. Yeah. 2. Yeah, I don't know if this is probably not what we're gonna do today. Although it's probably like maybe the time to do this, because if it's not super crazy on stream and I need to I think some of this I might need to do on stream in order to get to work, but well, 2 people said D&D, no one said anything else, I think. So there we go. Yeah, I don't know. This might be. Is there like? I just don't understand why it's not working. Honestly, I probably should just ask the no poll on Twitch. It was on Twitch. It was only on Twitch. No poll on YouTube, to be fair. But Sean, I think, moved over, so they have just not popped up for you? Question mark. It's already over now. Oh, it didn't pop up. That might be why so few voted weird. Well, just throw what you thought in chat then. T&D or the other thing. Yeah, I really want this point thing to work, but it just keeps going like no leaderboard. And that kind of is annoying. So I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't work. It might be something that I have to do through Vote D&D, but I actually did a campaign with viewers playing too, so that's also a good reference. Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, I don't think I like want to have people in comms. I could do it, and again, I've talked about this probably like 6 billion times, but yeah, their messages pop up above their character icons. Yeah, see, that's doable. That might be like too much work though for like just like a one-off thing, unless we make it an actual thing. But yeah, one of the big things I want to do is to do a stream-based D&D or role-playing game that's specifically designed for that. And I've talked about that multiple times. I don't think this is the time to do it, but this might give us some ideas for that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. We're probably not going to do the stream improvement like this stuff today. But just getting some ideas down. Tuna, what would you say for AAE emotes? Would you want just like, you're the one who said that, right? I'm not crazy, right? We could use that for tons of things like trivia events when you're hosting. You'll pull up 3 random viewers. Yeah, I guess I just have to figure out how it works. If it's easy as like just adding a plugin that already exists, awesome. If it is something I have to like make myself, then you know that gets crazy, right? Depends on how much effort it is. A bard emote, I could see that. I don't know what occasion you'd use that for besides like singing, but you never know. We could do that. We could do that. I'll tell you what. We only do have one more static emote slot, but if someone subs, we could sing. I'm not singing for subs. No, no, no. I do need to do... You know when you like... I came in with a plan of what I wanted to do this stream, and then I just got on stream, like, I really don't want to do that. I was like, yeah, we'll just work on all these, like, stream improvements, and we'll get all that stuff done, and then I'm like, man, that sounds boring. That sounds not fun. Because sometimes it's just nice to be able to like do the stream improvements on stream, but because then you get the ability to, I don't know why I'm so like, I'm way too hot right now. Hat's coming off for free. I know, crazy. Bald man activate. My ADHD code of brain loves procrastination. You have my approval. It's not even so much that. It's just like I kind of tried working on it earlier and it just wasn't working. And I don't know how much I can really do to fix it on stream without just like having this open being like, all right, let's just try this. Like, is there any other thing? Okay, let's see if this works. And then like eventually never figuring it out and then just having a contact support and then here we are. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it. Because I already tried everything. And it might just not be working. It might just be broken. It's like a, you know, I don't know. It's not really a super well-established program, I don't think. So oh, interesting. Oh. Yeah, I guess we're not gonna do that unless we want to draw some like emotes or something, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. What are we doing today? What are we even doing? You know? What if you awarded Bitcoin in the D&D campaign? We can't. See, that's the problem. We can't award Bitcoin. You can't give them. It's like, it's not something you can do. I could give you free redeems, which is kind of like, I think the thought of the game jam, like I'm going to give like some of those rewards for free, but that's not something I can actually give, which is why I want the point system to work, but I really can't figure out why it doesn't work. Like, I have no idea. Half these command things just don't work on here, and I don't know what that is. Let's do something more specific. Let's just try something here real quick. Let's go to here. Let's have this be like save flow. All right, say points and you get points is the theory. Now, oh. Okay. Let's see. You know, may or may not have points. View leaderboard. See, that's the thing. There's no points. It's not working. It doesn't do right. Manage users points. Can I just give Tuna points? You know, I'm just gonna copy your name because this might be a few times and I don't want to get it wrong. Okay. That didn't work. Hold on. Add. I probably have to do the. I see. I get it now. You gotta do your name, and then add like 100. Enter add. I don't know why I didn't do that twice. Please enter a number value. Bruh. Hello? Invalid action. Well, that's not working. What about this, actually? I just had a thought for something else. Because we also, I wanted to make it so you can change, like, so the concept here is if you type in art, it changes to the art screen. I don't know if that works. Maybe we can make it so it pulls. I saw somewhere where it's like, where was that? Was it in a... Literally saw it here a second ago. Okay, hold on. I understand now. Okay, in theory, maybe this works better. So if we do this, the problem is I want to make it so like, yeah, so like it wouldn't necessarily be you changing my display. I don't know if it'll actually, like, this is not actually what we will be doing with it. but I think we can make it so it turns on and off different aspects of the stream, and I think that could be cool, right? So we're just trying this, but it looks like maybe we need to call a webhook. Wait, not webhook. Am I crazy? What's the thing I need? Stream? No, it's not web. What am I talking about? That's the wrong thing. What is that? Okay, so that just like opens a website. That's not what we want. Yeah, see, I'm like completely lost on this because like you think it would be as easy as like Tuna, say art all lowercase. Out of curiosity. I don't think this should work. It shouldn't. No, because it's like, I don't know, like, because in theory, I should have to, if I go to, OBS WebSockets, this should work, but I don't know how to activate it, right? Like this is just a thing. In theory, like this might pop up with something, but it always pops up with a blank white screen, and I don't know what that is. So art all lowercase, there you go. I've read the instructions and it didn't help, so I think I'm probably just gonna have to ask support and be like, hey, I'm an idiot. Can you help me can you just teach me how to do this? Because I don't know if this needs like HTML or whatever, because some of this stuff like kind of needs that and drug. So I think we're giving up on that. We could work on an emote if you want. Otherwise, we're in an ad. That's the otherwise. Let's take a break and then we'll talk about what we're doing next, whether it's working on emotes or working on more game stuff. So think about that while I take a break. I'm gonna change into shorts because it's just too hot for pants, I guess. Somehow heat it up at night. Be right back.
The 20-sided die, or D20, has been the staple of the role-playing game genre for almost as long as it's existed. Despite that, I decided I'm going to retire it from my game, in favor of using a D4, D6, D8, D10, and D12. Why is that? Well, in this devlog, I'm going to be talking in depth on this decision, and you can tell me whether I'm a crazy person or not. Hi, I'm Nathan, and this is my sci-fi deck builder role-playing game called Soul. Now, in order to talk about these changes, first I have to talk about the changes that were made to my core stat system. And the truth is, it's a pretty big change. Originally, the core stats in my game were strength, agility, endurance, and intelligence. These were fine, but I decided I wanted some more diversity in these stats. Because of that, they are now going to be strength, finesse, agility, willpower, intelligence, and charisma. There is also another factor for these changes. This reason being, the previous versions of the game, dice rolls were completely unaffected by a character's stat level, with few exceptions. But what do I mean by that? Well, for the uninitiated, a player at a role-playing game, when they want to perform an action, will typically roll a dice. After rolling that dice, they will add a relevant modifier to that roll. These are typically listed on a character's character sheet and relating to a player's core stats. Then, this number would be compared to a specified number to judge the results. If the player beats the specified number, they succeed, and if it's lower, then they fail. Soul didn't have this, meaning if a character wanted to do something, their stats would typically have no direct bearing on the results. This was unfortunate because it hindered any character diversity. No character was better or worse at performing actions than another. This was partly by design with our trait system, which I go into in a previous video, which you can check out here if you're curious. In brief summary, these were cards that gave bonuses based on your stat level. The higher your stats, the better bonuses you had access to. Well, some traits gave you bonuses that you could add to your roll, like success rates for performing a ranged attack. These bonuses generally were very specific and mutually exclusive to other more powerful traits that added utility to your character instead. If you've ever played Dungeons & Dragons, this is similar to the optional feat rule with ability score improvement. Essentially, you could either gain a stat bonus or new ability. I don't know about you, but I've always found it somewhat unfun, as the feat usually was always cooler and gave you something new to your character. Well, the stat bonus was generally much better, but entirely less interesting. But what's my point? Well, calm down, I'm getting to it. My point is that I still want to have a trait system for interesting character improvements, but I also want to have each role a player makes be based on their core stats, without having to decide between one and the other. I want something much more like D&D's core stat mechanics, where a player can add modifiers to their dice. And because I want this sort of stat system, it also requires some more stats to make it feel more complete.
Yo, Thunder, what's up, dude? Yeah, I don't know. What's cracking? I don't know. We're trying to do some stream improvements. That was my whole goal today, but then I kind of lost all interest in it after I started doing it. Mostly because I had started doing it earlier. And I wasn't getting anywhere, and literally I've accomplished nothing. So, doing busy, but I made it. Heck yeah. Yeah. What are you up to? How's life? So how many cards are the incomplete decks missing? Yeah, we could work on that instead. That could be the other option. And let's just take a look at that, because that will be certainly more interesting. Yeah, because those are the two options. Either we can draw some emotes, or we can work on some AE stuff. I think my brain is just kind of fried from finishing the video, and then like I did some work today just trying to figure just a bunch of stuff out, and you know, being self-employed, working for nothing all day. Dude, I'm there with you. That's where I'm at. Just like doing a bunch of stuff and then not getting anything for it, you know? Unless you're saying you don't do anything all day. No, I think we're on the same page. This one? For some reason card ideas come easier for emote ideas for me. Yeah, right now I think I'm feeling the same. Oh, these are all actually, these aren't technically complete, I don't think. Well, that's basically done. These technically, we could probably find some better cards to fit into the destruction deck, especially maybe like spells and stuff, but some of these probably, like, they could probably use a land for God of War, but this one's probably fine. Oh, also we're missing the new one, which I guess replaces this. So really, I think they're looking something like this. I'm kind of afraid to update the deck. There is a card that belongs here already, which is the I do lots of just don't make money. Yes, that's exactly where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I am there with you. We are one and the same. What was I pulling up? I'm pulling up Dexterous. An abandoned battlefield could be cool. That could be cool. I do like that idea. Anonymous said quicksand the other day, and that's kind of been stuck in my head. I don't know exactly what that would be, but yeah, the one that is, we have the Gladiator Arena. That is the missing card right now, which I think turned out pretty sick. With a bunch of spears weapons stuck on the ground. Yeah, kind of like the Osgathian warriors, like the background, but just that, you know, and cooler. I like that idea, a battleground. I like a battleground, I like quicksand. We did have the idea for an oasis, but Waste Haven kind of ended up oasis-like. So maybe we don't do that. I feel like I've been away for so many cards. I don't have a good advice for you on decks. Honestly, right now, yeah, let me, we're missing the god cards. So right now, let's catch everyone up real quick. God, what cards are these? This one? Oops, only 3. I don't know what I'm doing. So technically, we have, these technically don't belong here. Paladin is my favorite card in the game, so I'm tempted to just be biased and suggest stuff to synergize with it. I'm malicious like that. Yeah, I don't think Paladin's, actually no, Paladin is in the Devotion deck, but that's just because it synergizes with Army Camp, and Army Camp synergizes with Devotion, so I thought that would be kind of cool. I think Paladin is a really cool card, even though it's just like probably like the most bare bones simple card in the game. But it works, you know. I'm a fan of Paladin as well. So we've got God of Magic. We don't have a Devotion deck, or sorry, Altruism deck, which is kind of wild. Because Altruism is by far my favorite god, as far as like cool mechanics. But it also almost doesn't need a specific deck to help it. You could kind of almost play any deck and it kind of works with it to an extent. So yeah, all these are done. And so these are the ones that are left, which kind of work with anything. Altruism, yeah, Altruism is great. Have you played much, Tuna? Or just based on watching and whatever? I'm actually curious, because I know some people, like Maximus has played the game a lot, but I'm just a massive fan of the defensive stuff. Yeah, for sure. I mean, see, like you could say Paladin belongs in the Altruism deck, but it almost feels like if you have Altruism, Paladin almost doesn't, like Paladin almost negates the need for it. Like Altruism's almost cooler. I don't know. I guess you could just build a deck out of stuff we have for Altruism, but I would almost rather have, ooh, got it pulled into my hand. I would almost rather have offensive stuff with Altruism, because your god is kind of protecting your offensive stuff rather than needing more defense, you know, unless you just want to be like stupid defensive, you know. But yeah, most of these decks are good. I would say there probably could be some better things here. Iron Sentinel probably needs some sort of rework, because they kind of didn't quite end up as interesting as I would have expected, but we'll see. We've got a card here. It's just, this is a placeholder. And then we basically need 2 more lands for God of War. And I don't know what those are yet. But yeah, we'll have to think through that. So we need 2 lands for God of War. We could just grab some existing ones, or alternatively, you know, we you know, make some new ones, I guess. I guess that's the alternative. Altruism, again, I feel like you could use any cards for them, along with, you know, the same deal goes for God of Humanity. The problem is they don't really have... I had to look up what altruism is. You know, being kind. So their base effect, yeah, before any card is about to take damage, you choose to have this god take damage instead. So, yeah, sorry, I'm not being, it's basically like a taunt, right? I was wondering the vibes that it would have like a king hero in its deck. Interesting. Humanity, like when you place a card, you gain a unit. So I almost think like just like placement synergy would be interesting. Like make a bunch of cards based on placing things, which the only one we have now really is the Osgathian Warrior, which when you place it, you gain 5 units, or it starts with 5 units. I could see something being like, when you place this card, or like when you place a card, do this, and then like have a bunch of things that synergize with placing cards, which is something you do no matter what, but I think there would be like chain reactions between that. Yeah, that would be on track. Selflessly prioritize the well-being of others. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So altruism's really cool for that. That's why I almost think like Paladin doesn't really work with this deck, because it's too defensive, right? Like the defensive cards are almost... It's fine if they're multiple, or fine if cards are in multiple decks. I agree. I just don't know if it's necessary. That's the thing. I just feel like it's like there's no balance to the deck. Thematically it makes sense, right? That's why I put it in there. Like we could go a whole like holy deck, right? We could go a paladin and a cleric and a priest, right? They all walk into a bar. Priest actually isn't in a deck right now, which is surprising. Right, wrong deck. I think I had him in the God of Destruction deck, but then I swapped him out for the I swapped him out for the Iron Sentinel because it seemed more like the on death effect sort of thing, but Iron Sentinel doesn't really synergize with anything, so I feel like maybe we should rework him in a way, but you can always make it so to support your teammates. So yeah, so altruism does work that way. Altruism, you can tank damage for your ally, which is like one of the coolest parts about it. Like if your ally's about to take damage, this god can as well. So my homunculus card had a base effect where it loses a unit each turn. That would synergize with altruism, wouldn't it? Before any card is about to take damage, you may choose to have this card. Depends on how you word it. You say if this card takes 1 damage every turn, then yes. If it didn't, then no. Nice, yeah. So that's why altruism's pretty cool, but like we could have thematic decks, right? Like you could have priest actually probably would be a pretty good card in this deck. Defeating a monster with this hero does not trigger its negative death effect. But priest is good in any deck though, so I'm trying to remember if cards like this already exist, but if not, it might be cool with the altruism. A card that saves a card from dying. Yeah, I mean, there's a spell. There's like, you know, Mage's Shield, which just prevents a card from dying, but it disables the card. I mean, since it loses units, it's squishier, so Altruism makes up for its weakness. Yeah, that's true. You get cards like that. Yeah, I think what Altruism needs to thrive is it needs high unit generation in the back line. So like good lands and structures that generate units. And then in the front line, things that like take lots of damage. Like a card that like deals double damage, or like we had an idea for like a card that when it attacks, it deals double damage, but it also takes double damage. That would be cool for Altruism because say a monster is going to attack it, right? Let's pretend this cleric is the card, right? If it's going to get hit by a minion, it'll take 2 damage instead of 1 damage because it takes double damage. But instead, the Altruism can take the hit, which will only take 1 damage instead of the 2. So like cool cards like that would be really cool with Altruism, I think. I was thinking of having something more like a card that would lose its units but not go below 1. That could be interesting. Yeah, like a card that like can't go below 1, but it can only die if it's at 1 unit. Would be kind of interesting. I think having Altruism, a deck that heavily relies on it, is really in the spirit of Altruism. Yeah, I think so, right? Like, so I think again, the way it would have to work, high risk, high reward heroes, I think, and then high unit gen lands and structures to give Altruism units, I think is the way it would have to work. God of Humanity, on the other hand, I think is just like, because you gain 1 unit when you place a card, I feel like it's just gaining additional bonuses when you place cards. Potentially, maybe God of Humanity could get a base effect to kind of help with that, but Altruism breaking is back to carry everyone. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we can look through existing cards to see what would work. I don't think necessarily these cards are it. Maybe Priest. Priest should be in a deck, but I don't think Cleric and Paladin. Cleric actually would be kind of good because Cleric requires, it's in the front line, but it's best when it doesn't get hit by minions. So if you're tanking hits on Altruism for Cleric, that's actually pretty good. So these two probably fit well, both thematically and, you know, whatever, you know, thematically and on brand. I mean, we can look at additional cards if we want to. Let's look through the decks. Let's start with Altruism and then let's go to Humanity afterward because I'm kind of curious. We're deck building, boys. Divin. Oh, what the heck? Why did I do that? Any cards that need a certain amount of units for its effect does great with Altruism, definitely. Yeah, like you almost could just oops, just throwing cards. You could almost replace the Devotion deck for Altruism deck and you'd be fine. But I feel like we could do better than that, you know? Because Devotion has like a lot of cards that are At least these two. Like Calm Hand Archer would be pretty good. Right, because Archer, if they have 10 or more units, they can take two, or they can do 2 attacks for the price of 1. They get a BOGO attack, you know? Buy one, get one. But I don't necessarily think, I don't know, that could be a card too, but let's bring up the old, yeah, see, this is coming out, this is, my brain's working much better here with this as well than it was talking about stream stuff I don't understand. Real quick, I liked your idea of what did you say? Battlefield? Battlefield, one word? I think it's one word, right? Battlefield would be a cool card for God of War. I think we wrote this down somewhere else, but altruism. I think altruism would be cool. I've talked about this here before. Someone else brought it up, I think. I don't think I came up with it, but deals double damage, takes double damage. So that would be a cool card. I don't know what it's called, but that would be perfect for altruism. To be fair, Paladin could be good with altruism as well, since it could make up for when altruism is low on units. Yeah, I could see a deck being built that way. I just think it's not, to me, it's not ideal. Every time I've had a Paladin, it kind of made me feel like I don't need altruism to do its thing. And I feel like I could better utilize altruism in a different way. Though Paladin was slightly nerfed, so... Divination's actually kind of good. These the same size. Divination's actually kind of a good one for altruism because you can kind of decide what's coming next. Doesn't really fit into any other deck, so Divination's actually kind of a cool one. Not growth. Teleport's like a maybe there. Cognitive enhancement, shield, no. Center reinforcements. Charm is a maybe. Deck building, let's go. Yeah, exactly. What if Battlefield did something like gave a unit to a hero after it attacks? I gotta think that through. Yeah, I mean, it could just be like these cards, right? Or before it attacks would be OP. After attack's interesting because these, like, this already happens with like the warrior, right? That's kind of how their deck is built. After would be interesting. This already has gain 1 unit when the hero is attacked, which is broken. We need to actually fix that. I don't know if I actually did it, but that definitely needs to be fixed. It is completely broken. It does not work. The more I think about it, so that will need to be fixed. But yeah, Adonis, we're kind of trying to figure out the other 2 gods, and then come up with a few more cards. But really, how come it becomes instantly the, because the wait, this is the wrong, sorry, this is the wrong, this is not the most current version, I don't think. Let me when it's attacked is fine. Okay, yeah, this is what we changed it to. Game 1 unit when a hero loses a unit. Wait, gain a unit when a hero loses a unit outside of unit phase. The problem with this, being attacked is one thing. We did change this so it worked with Gladiator Arena. So like this is supposed to gain units when you use Gladiator Arena. The problem is this also works when you're attacking and defending, which means it's instantly the best unit generator in the entire game. Do heroes get attacked that much that it would be broken? Yeah, sorry. Getting attacked is one thing. Give it a unit limit. I don't really want to give it a unit limit. I feel like that makes it feel less cool. I would rather it just gain units. I'd rather limit how it generates units to being like, this has a cap of X units. To be honest, I feel like a limit makes it feel like less cool to me. Hospitals get full. I guess that's true. You think Altruism might have lands like Hallowed Ground or buildings like Protected Shrines? Hallowed Ground could work. I mean, we do have... It's an easy fix. You got the text base. It's not so much... Well, I mean, you could easily break that again with another structure, but maybe that's okay. Because you could easily throw Witch's Hut in there, and that makes it so the units go elsewhere. Like you could place the units onto heroes or something. And then it just breaks the card again. But which is kind of cool, right? But I think it does need to be nerfed slightly. I don't want it to be the top unit generator of the entire game. I would rather make it something like... I had thought about this and I kind of forgot what my thought was, but gain 1 unit in Luhan. I was thinking it would be... What if it was units lost on your turn? No, because we want it to be defend. Well, I don't know. Do we want it to be when defending or when attacking? I don't know. We'll have to think about that. Yeah, actually, Thunder, just we do have a Hallowed Ground one. A Shrine could be interesting, although a Shrine feels more like a structure, but maybe that could be something we have. Hallowed Ground could... Oh, wait. We don't have it in this deck. Hallowed Ground could be interesting. Maybe. You gain 1 unit on this land or 2 units on another player's god of your choice. It could be good. It feels in the spirit of Altruism at the very least. Hold on. What time is it? Okay. Sorry, I'm checking something real quick. Gotcha. I saw the world's 5:30. Someone said Battlefield before. I thought you'd do a battle, Trinidad flag type structure changes. Lands effects or something. Interesting. All right, there's too many ideas going on in my head. Let's write some stuff down. I accidentally close. I have too many tabs open as well. Yeah, I guess I don't know what the point of I don't know if we want this to be like a defensive or a offensive thing. Because we already have Wastelock Fortress. I think yeah, I'm getting lost. We're talking about too many different things. I'm bouncing around too much. 5:30. Did I say 5:30? I feel like I didn't. Okay, I'm so far behind. Hold on. Okay. You can make an altruism deck either extremely greedy and reliant on the god, or have it be altruistic to other cards in the deck. It's two very different playstyles. I don't know. I think for the pre-built deck, I would go with it. It is like most of the other cards are like very aggressive for the most part, but I think I don't know, because like this kind of works. I don't know, maybe a combination between the two, somewhere in the middle ground. I don't know. Let's keep going through. Let's. I do like the idea of something that changes the land's effect, like Adonymous said. Yeah, I need to write these things down. I don't know if that necessarily makes sense for a battlefield. Maybe. Land that changes the effects. Or structure. This would be a structure. Which we can't really have another structure for the God of War deck, so it would have to be something else. So, man, I wonder if I had a weird thought where it's like a card that changes any effect type, like triggered effect, unit effect, ability, into a type, like into a different type of effect. I have a feeling that would break the game extremely, though. Mycelium Land could do that. Mycelium spreads like crazy, so maybe it infests other lands. Oh, I missed the one above it. Wait, no, I didn't. Yeah, sounds game breaking. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool, but okay. Let's quickly finish going through these cards, and then we'll see. Scorch Earth is nah, it doesn't feel right. Most of these are kind of like Raise an Army would honestly be good, just to kind of boost your gods units if you need them. You okay? I'm just shooting. Oh wait, no, I don't have that open. Never mind. I thought I was Witch's Hut, no. Embassy, no. Thought I had my cat cam on, but I did not. Library, no. Mage's Tower. Mage's Tower could work because you gain lots of units for it. But it's also like you'd have to get rid of your cards. So I feel like you'd have to build slightly differently. So I feel like that's maybe... Put a lot of... These are like maybes. Camp, no. Village would be great. So I had to go to sleep 2 hours ago, but it's not like I need to get up early anyway. There you go. Yeah, it is the weekend, right? Trading post is a maybe because you can get lots of units out of that, but not a ton necessarily. Farm, no. Butcher, maybe. Fortress, no. Necromancy altar, no. Turtle, probably not. Graveyard, no. Tundra probably is a decent option. To make a sacrificial land for altruism that prevents damage for a turn, interesting. I don't know how that would work. Swamp is a maybe. Plains is a maybe. No mountain. Forest is a maybe. We have priest in there already. It's just a simple offensive deck with ton of unit generation would have such a cool element of being like, I'm fine as long as my shield doesn't break. Yeah. You got any taunt type effects? Yeah, Stone Golem's got it. But I don't know if that's like, does that really like it works in the if you want to go like the super turbo defensive build with altruism, you could. I don't think it's the best strategy for altruism. I think altruism needs it to not be that. I think it needs the opposite, because altruism is basically taunting as is. So like if you really want to lean into that, it could be good, but druids, no. Sorry. Had to think about that. Merchant actually is maybe kind of good, because the cool part about merchant is you could just play merchant and then move it to your ally side. Your ally can give it a bunch of units and you can still protect it from your side. So merchant's maybe a good one. Monk is also maybe a good option because they can take lots of damage. These are actually all potentials, I would say. I mean, I guess all these cards are potentials. It's not really nothing set in stone. Monk can have a low number of units and still deal lots of damage. So I think that's or keep from losing too many. So that potentially could be a good option. Necromancer, no. Wizard, no. Common Hand Archer, no. Common Hand Archer could be a good option. I guess we could say if we really want to lean into the... Noscathian Warrior is good for everything, so... Let's focus on altruism. We'll look at God of Humanity another day. I feel like my brain's getting too twisted by talking about too much stuff. So like these are like the options we have. We could make almost a full deck with this, but I think it would be cooler to have a few cards that work specifically well with altruism, and then we could just fill the deck with some of the extra stuff, you know? Like all this stuff works okay in some capacity. You know? So that kind of leaves us with like, we're missing a spell if we wanted to use existing stuff. If it was just a simple offensive deck with ton... Oh, wait, I already read that. What does it do again? What does altruism do? Does you want to do a double damage hero specifically for this? What theme would it be? Yeah, altruism is before any card is about to take damage, you lose, or you can, sorry, you can choose to have this god take the damage instead. So it works better with offensive stuff. Yeah, what would the theme be of like... Ooh, wait, you don't want to make new cards for it or just use existing ones? I don't mind using existing ones, but the goal is to make some new cards for this deck, right? Like I want to. I want to make new ones, but I'm okay with there being ones that are like overlap. What are you doing? Why are you scratching my carpet? Hello. More cards, more variety. Exactly. Yeah, so I think honestly the one I'm the most excited about for this would be, you know, just the yeah, like you're saying, the double damage. Deals double damage but takes double damage. I think that'd be a perfect card for this deck. You could do a defensive type playstyle with this. I mean, you could, for sure. You could just go full defense, but then honestly, the game would take like 4,000 hours. Well, I guess you have an ally, right? Yo, checks. I really need to make it so the subscribe notifications are bigger. Y'all beat lit.
Bro just subscribed.
Thank you for the resubscribe with the Prime. Thanks, my dude. Hells. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate it. Like, you had a card that gains units when God takes damage, or gains units when you take 0 damage in a turn or something. Yeah, no, for sure. I agree with that. That's kind of what I'm thinking, is like your backline, like all these cards are going to be more defensive and like cater toward gaining units and helping your god stay with or keep lots of units. Whereas your heroes are going to be like turbo aggressive, like deal lots of damage, hopefully defend them with your god, right? That's kind of the concept I'm thinking. We could do it differently, but shrug. You just have one really strong offensive hero and everything else can be whatever. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's definitely an option too. I think just cards that like, yeah, I think making cards that synergize specifically with like taking damage is probably a cool option. Maybe some cards that can move units to the God card on the opponent's turn or something. Which actually, I guess, like, send reinforcements would be a good spell then, you know? Or, it depends on how much you want to, like, build stuff up. Trading post, I'm sure you may allocate allies cards. Yeah, that one doesn't work that way anymore. But yeah, something like that, right? Where it's like, I guess like technically Witch's Hut, but you need other red cards in order for that to be good. So you'd have to kind of like build this synergy for that to work. Because Witch's Hut, when units are generated by a triggered effect, those units may be placed on any number of cards instead. So like that would be kind of cool, like Butcher Swamp or something. Or honestly, maybe Waste Haven. We need to kind of correct that. That's I'm not sure how that's gonna work, but some of that stuff could be cool. Double damage done and taken is perfect for altruism, but it's so broken it might have to be the sole offensive tool altruism has. The problem is, like, deck building is going to be a thing. So if I can't, at some point I won't be able to control that. So it's like the question is, do I even add that card into the game? Right? Is that too broken? You know? But we get to a point where it's like there won't be a... The card is super bad in every other deck, so I don't know. Not necessarily. Actually, I don't even know how dealing double damage would work. Now that I'm thinking about it, how does that even work? That doesn't work at all, does it? I think that just makes your cards die. How's that work? Gotta go, just been lurking. Thank you for lurking, Sean. I appreciate it. Sean the Pawn mows the lawn at dawn with the fawn and yawns. I appreciate you being here. Have it. Layer, Sean. I know you meant later, but it's funny because you call your chickens layers. So anyway. It would have to be on respective turns. It would have to be counted as twice the units on attack and only 50% of them when taking damage. Yeah, but the problem is that doesn't work. Right? Okay, say we have... Let's talk about this for half a second here. Let's say we have a volcano. And our new character we've created that is represented by this Oscathian warrior here has 5 units. It can attack dealing double damage. So it would only have to take... So always takes 50%, I guess. So when it attacks, it also takes half damage, right? Or yeah, so when it attacks, it takes half damage. It deals double damage, but takes half damage. When defending, it takes double damage, is how it has to be worded. Because it has 10 effective units. It attacks, this dies. In theory, it should lose 10 units, right? But it can't because it doesn't have that many unless it just dies, right? So yeah, it would have to lose 3. Like round... Its damage rounds up, I guess. Interesting, so it's not a self-exploding nukes. Yeah. But then, like, a minion could kill this now, right? Yeah, definitely round up. Sorry, my brain was just confused on whether it was the number was rounded up or down based on damage. I was kind of, yeah, my brain wasn't like defensively rounding up and offensively rounding up are need to be the opposite, if that makes sense. So yeah, or does kill itself and you can use the god cards to reduce it. I feel like I did change altruism's wording to prevent that. Because it's not, you're not supposed to split the damage with altruism to keep it balanced, but I think it's any one instance of damage. I guess it's still one instance of damage. No, it wouldn't be. Because then Altruism would need to tank, like... Where any card is about to take damage, it may choose to have this god take the damage instead. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it just needs more clarification on the base effect. I don't know. That gets kind of crazy. So take all three then. So what Anonymous is saying is you have a bunch of units on your god. This guy attacks, deals double damage. This dies, and then this takes 10 units. But at that point, you didn't actually deal double damage. I feel like that just doesn't feel good. Unless you're saying this still only takes 3 and you take the 3 here. It depends on how we word it, Thunder. Like whether it's this guy deals double damage but takes half damage, or if it only deals double damage. I don't know. It gets kind of confusing. So if it took double damage, Altruism would take double damage instead of it, meaning it would take turn the god into glass. Okay, so the idea instead though would be if it's defending, if it takes double damage, this Endling's going to hit it. He's going to take 2 damage. Instead, the god can take the hit, which should only be 1 damage because it's hitting the god instead. But then again, I don't know if that reads that way. Right? I don't know if Altruism reads that way necessarily. It probably should say this god could take the attack instead of damage. Yeah, I would say maybe we reword Altruism to kind of like work with that. Unless there's a reason we said that. Damage, I think maybe... So attacks might be better. Might be better anyway, because... It's kind of a weird use case, but right now I could attack with my Osgathian warrior, kill the Endling, and take 1 damage on my god instead of my warrior. I don't know. I agree. If a unit took 2, then Altruism would take 2. Yeah, that's the way it's worded at the moment. Yeah. For sure. I agree. As written right now, that's how it works. If it takes damage, it should be able to prevent itself inflicted unit loss. Yeah, like, I just don't know if this is hardly ever worth it. Like, you're hardly ever going to be like, all right, I'm going to attack with this hero and then take the damage. I'm like, well, I don't know. I've never done it, but I don't know. Maybe other players would utilize it more often. It's mostly just like a lazy tactic more than anything, right? It's like, I can put all the units on my cards and then I can attack with my heroes and I can just subtract these and I don't have to like think about allocating units. That's kind of like the only reason you would do this. You worded it that way so the attacking would still be possible. Remember you going back and forth on it then as well. Yeah, I remember going back and forth on it as well too. And I thought it would just be interesting, but I think it's less useful than having a card that you can prevent it from taking double damage. I think that's more interesting to me, but yeah, I think adding attack to altruism might be the way to go, and then just swap it. Because hey, you stop scratching my carpet. He gets antsy when it's late. Wants me to pay attention to her. We're gonna have an ad in 9 seconds. We've been yapping all day, which I think is fine. I kind of just needed to chill. So anyway, ad. I will be back in 3 minutes. We'll have a 3-minute ad and then an hour of ad-free time. And then, yeah, probably not going to go super late today. Probably won't do like a super long stream. But anyway, I will be back in 3 minutes.
The 20-sided die, or D20, has been the staple of the role-playing game genre for almost as long as it's existed. Despite that, I decided I'm going to retire it from my game in favor of using a D4, D6, D8, D10, and D12. Why is that? Well, in this devlog, I'm going to be talking in depth on this decision, and you can tell me whether I'm a crazy person or not. Hi, I'm Nathan, and this is my sci-fi deck builder role-playing game called Sol. Now, in order to talk about these changes, first I have to talk about the changes that were made to my core stat system. And the truth is, it's a pretty big change. What's up? I'm Beats. Making a survival horror-themed board game in an hour is quite the challenge. The 20s randomness. I was playing Dungeons. I've been making. If you don't mind. This is. Ever wanted to make a board game but felt. This is Armies Against Entropy, a cooperative trading card game where you and a friend face the relentless onslaught of the old gods and their monstrous hordes. Choose your god. Expand your domain. Build mighty structures and rally great heroes to defend this world you call home. Stand together, fight back, and strike down the old gods before they unmake all of existence. In this handcrafted game, every card, rule, and monster was created from scratch, and it continues to evolve, shaped by the hands of everyone who plays it. If that sounds fun to you, stick around, and I'll show you all the ways you can play the game and how to play it. If you need a specific part of the video, everything is timestamped, so you can just jump to exactly what you need. Getting into it, first you will need the game. Currently, there are 3 main ways to play it. Tabletop Simulator. This is a $20 Steam game where you can load the Armies Against Entropy mod, and it's ready to play. ScreenTop.gg, another digital board game hosting service. It's a little less feature-rich, but completely free to use, making it the most accessible option for players. All you need is an account. Print and Play. If you prefer a physical version, there are several options available, including a printer-friendly version. You can find links to all these versions either on my website or my Discord server, which you can find in the description. The Discord is also a great way to send feedback, give ideas, and find someone to playtest the game with, as the game is still a work in progress. Both on my Discord and my website, you will find a fully illustrated rulebook. I'll be going over almost everything here that's covered in there, but if you prefer a written version to reference, well, it's there. Okay, now that you can actually play the game, let me tell you how to play it. First, let me explain the goal. Your goal is to work together with a friend to defeat the old god. To do this, you will place cards on your turn, divert units to grant your cards more power, and attack the enemy forces. Once you've cleared the way, you can strike down the old god. Though be careful, the old gods look to do the same. Using their automated deck, they can attack you with powerful cards, dismantling your forces. If they can destroy all your cards, they can attack your god, and you lose the game. To play Armies Against Entropy, you'll require a few components. At least 2 decks of player cards. Currently, the game is balanced around 2-player experience, but there are alternate game modes you can try out if you're feeling wild and crazy. Most of those are listed in the rulebook themselves at the end. You'll also need an Old God card deck, a minion deck, and unit tokens. In the digital versions, these are provided for you, but if you're playing a print and play, I would recommend poker chips. Dice and roll down counters also work, but I find poker chips much easier to use. Player cards are vital for players to battle the old god and achieve victory. Each card has unique functions such as deploying units, utilizing special effects, and even modifying game mechanics. There are different types of player cards, each serving a unique purpose for the game. Here are those card types along with the icons associated with them. Gods are the first card a player chooses, which helps them to define their playstyle they'd like to use during the game by granting them a powerful effect. Heroes are placed on the front lines and typically are going to be dealing and receiving the most damage. Most heroes have the ability to attack, allowing you to defeat the threats controlled by the Old God. Lands are the player's main source of unit generation. Protecting your lands is crucial to having the power to defeat the Old Gods. Structures have some of the most versatile functionality in the game. These cards can have a wide variety of effects, helping you to create powerful synergies. The main caveat.
Okay, homunculus take 1 damage per turn as base effect, and then could the other effect, I don't know which it would be, and copy another hero's effect. Yeah, we talked about that. You could be able to maintain homunculus via protecting it with altruism. So like, I just watched the YouTube video. 2 things. Luna cute, agreed, and I like the new counter in tabletop. Thank you. Yeah, I think it makes more sense, right? It fits the actual counter in the game. So instead of the little helmet was kind of cool, but it looked like the hero icon, which didn't quite work. The heck, why do I have a French ad? Like, I understood it, but I would never add one for it. That's funny. 4 score and 7 chores ago. Yeah, Tuna. I think I agree with you. I mean, to an extent, right? Because like altruism could also be used in the way where it's prevents unit loss, right? So rather than just unit damage, it can prevent unit loss. Which could be good, but I think the only time that's useful, right, is say, I feel like the use for that is maybe more niche, and I'm just trying to think about that. Say this card has 1 health and it loses 1 unit at the start of every turn. You could, in theory, use altruism to take that damage, right? Hey, no. Stop. We may have to do a Luna break in a minute. So that could work. That is interesting. But alternatively, you shouldn't let this card get to that low, right? Like, say it's at 2 units, it's about to get hit for 1. You know it's going to lose 1 at the beginning of the turn. You may as well tank the damage from altruism. And then this has a unit to take the damage on your turn. Maybe that's not always an option, sure. But if you have the units on altruism for that, you probably have the units on it to keep it alive for taking the hit. If it was just when it gets attacked, you would still need to maintain that card. It would just be simpler, yeah. Because that's the thing. Altruism just makes it easy to, like, you could just keep all your units on a single card, and then you can just take all the damage off of other cards. Or if you're using it offensively, you can just use it to, you know, to not distribute units to other cards. I think... Oh, sorry, we have the cat cam on. She's not there. I think it's better for being attacked. As much as, like, I like that idea of, like, preventing unit loss. It's cool to have... I think it's more effective to have it tank damage. Or take attacks, right? I feel like that could end up being more useful. But I don't know. That's just my thought. I don't know. Because I hardly ever use it for attacking, because you're wanting to allocate your units to a thing anyway and then attack. Because it's effectively the same thing as leaving your units here and then having it attacking and then losing them off of that. Preventing unit loss is a bit too broad for now. You can always go back later. Yeah, I think I would rather change it to attacks and then do something like the double damage hero, but I don't know. We can, it's obviously, you know, like you said, we can always go back. It's not like any of this is set in stone, but like half that wrong. Okay, Luna's just gone. Next time she wanders in here and yells at me, I'm gonna we'll have to chase her around because she's being sad. So yeah, I think that's probably what we should do. I did have another thought here and I'm blanking on what it is. Oh, let me load the beta cards for half a second. Because we do have some new cards that we literally haven't used in any deck as well. That would be kind of nice to fit into things, but I don't know if that's just forcing it. That's the wrong deck. I think it's this one. Yeah, we have Beast Tamer. And well, we also have the new gods that we probably should at some point. The goal was to decide on one more to be the final the final god in the set of them, but I don't know if that really even matters anymore. That might just be too much. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wanted to make it an even 8 gods, I think, but Church needs to be reworked. Church kind of sucks. Its base effect I just don't like. It's okay, but Church. Oh, and then Airship. Airship also isn't. I don't think we really need to focus on another god right now, but these cards are not in use in any other deck. Airship lets you move stuff around, so maybe like that could work in Humanity deck in some way, like when you move or place a card it does something instead, but my Homunculus Redeem is like 2 weeks away, but imagine if you had it copy the double damage hero and they both did a ton of damage. There you go. You have to think about exactly how that's going to work, but I do like the idea. And have it copy the archer so it can just kill everything with one at once and then just do two of them. Yeah, I guess I have to see how that works. Well, we'll have to play around with it. And like consider what that sort of deck building will actually do. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we can keep thinking of cards for this, but for now, I mean, maybe we just want to start a sketch and then for like a double damage hero, maybe, and then call it a day. Because I think that would be good. I don't know what the theming would be, but I guess I should save this. Well, it's gonna get messed up next time I update it, but or alternatively, before we get too crazy, why don't we finish this deck? We do need 2 more lands for war. We kind of jumped the gun. We need to finish war because then we have 4 complete or 5 complete decks. Gonna head out and play some games with some buddies. Have a good one, everyone. All right, DDP, I appreciate it. You go have a good time. Have a swell time, I tell you what. You can just reuse planes. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk to you, huh, Kitten? Sorry, DDP. Yes, have a good one, DDP. I appreciate you being here as always. Quicksand or maybe Pitfall type, like, is my vote. Just reuse planes. We do need 2 lands, so we could reuse 2 different lands, but I feel like it's gonna be more fun to just have something more interesting than that. Let me do this real quick, because the cat is sad, and we must remedy that. We must remedy the sad cat if we can. Why the heck? It's not letting me connect my video. Why does it do? Why it do like this? You know? It's not gonna let me do it, is it? Don't let me do that. All right, come here. Here. Give me a second. We're gonna have to chase a cat around for a second. Hey, you. Come on camera. There you go. Wait, come on. Wait. 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 Oh, no. This needed to be done. He demanded attention. Now we have a cat. I apologize. Can you guys even hear me? I can barely see you. I see, is it disabled after killing a hero? Got that 20/20 vision. Since you can... I can't read. Yes, we can hear you. Okay, good. It's like so far away, it's pretty hard to read the chat, but look how it's like just getting really flat. Okay, he's over it. I'll pick her up anyway. Mwah. You hear it? No, God. I don't know if you could hear it, but she was. Her car is running. Okay. Now she's over here again. Look at her butt. Land is a universal, so good placeholder. True. Monster kills a hero in the same lane, the quicksand. It dies would be cool. It would be cool. I'm trying to think how balanced that is. I do like the idea. Since you can swap anything out if you're unhappy with it. Yeah. I feel like... Yeah, I mean, I could put a plains in. I could put a plains and a forest in. But I feel like it would be cool... Did I save this? No. Broke it. Let me do something here. I'm all for drawing other things, but currently the number of lands is lacking. Same with spells, I think. Right, we have the least number of lands of anything right now. We. We have plenty of land ideas. Okay, good. Because, yeah, we're, actually, hold on. This is a better visualization of it, right? We need more lands. Why does this not look right? This feels like not all the heroes. But maybe it is. No, it's definitely not. No, it is. No. Either way. Yeah, we're lacking for lands. So I think we should do some lands. I do like quicksand idea. I'm trying to think. Oh. Some of this is kind of jumbled up. Yeah, some of this is jumbled up, that's why. But either way, you get the point. There's less lands. So you can make it so units takes like, so if you like the unit addition after attacking, that could be healing springs or something like that. We kind of did that with the Waste Haven a little bit, kind of close to that, and it was more powerful. So I don't know. Well, maybe you can't place structures above it. Interesting. Also, I like this going on here, don't you? This is fun. Let's get out of Tabletop Simulator. Let's hone in on quicksand for a second. I do like the idea. I like the idea of it as a land, and I do like it sort of being offensive. I think it's kind of cool. Um, because it's a land, it can have a small base unit generation, but a huge generation potential. Like you need to lose units to make units. Yeah. Yeah, I got to think about the Waste Haven as well. I feel like I'm gonna need to rework that. I'm gonna need to think about that for a bit. I don't think right now is that time. You know, honestly, I don't think my brain I don't think I have it in me to talk about exactly what the quicksand is gonna do, but I think it's just worth drawing at this point. So let's just, I think there's enough potential there that it's interesting. Just the concept of quicksand. Why did I open that? And that we should... Are these recovered? Why? This has huge unit generation, but double it disables your hero. Could be. I do kind of like the offense, like an offensive land. Not necessarily like that it can attack, but like I like the idea of what Anonymous was saying. That's like if a monster kills the hero, then the monster also dies, like the hero above it. Or anything in the lane maybe, but at the same time, that could be like way too powerful. Like that might be, like I could just kill World Ender and like becomes like a trap card. Yeah. Or it could even be like, I don't know. I was gonna say it could be something interesting, like if the hero dies, the hero is put under the land, and then like if the land dies, the hero comes back. That could be kind of cool. But I feel like that's like too much setup, and that probably wouldn't happen, you know? Something along those lines, though, I think would be cool. Oops. Oh. The hero dies, add the quicksand's units to it, and if it beats the monster, it dies too. Yeah, something like that could be cool. Part of me is like wondering if it should have to be like unit generation, but because like that's kind of what lands are supposed to be for, but it is kind of interesting to just have it be a trap card. I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted on it, I guess. But I suppose it could just have a singular unit generation, and then it could just be considered a, you know, unit generator, right? Like it could be like a graveyard, right? Like graveyard's functionality doesn't really help with unit generation. In fact, it hurts it. However, it does have a unit generation as just its base effect, right? Sorry, I'm trying to find my like template here. I gotta sleep. Good night. All right, Tuna. I appreciate you being here, especially knowing it's super duper late for you. So good night. I appreciate you being here. You have a wonderful rest of your night. You sleep well. And these land ideas would be sick. Yeah, for sure. I totally agree. I think it's lots of good ideas for sure. I think my brain's too tired to be like conclusive for any of them, but I think they're cool ideas. I probably should honestly write them down before I forget them. Usually I'm pretty good at not forgetting stuff, but if a hero dies, you know what? Adonis, I'm just copying your text. Copy text. Wait. Right, that. Copy text. Yeah, I've also been thinking about the no, that's good enough. I've also been thinking about the game jam stuff. I'm trying, I think I want to try to get, I probably wouldn't have fallen asleep either way, probably, so watching was better than staring at the ceiling. There you go. Yeah, I get that. Sometimes I'm like, I just need to get up and like work on something because I'm just laying here. But then I don't, but I feel it. But yeah, I've been thinking about the game jam stuff, and it's kind of weird with everyone having different you know, time zones. I'm like, oh yeah, like, you know, typically a game jam, you start it, like you give the keyword at midnight, but it's like y'all are like midnight's gonna be like, actually it might be better for you for the beginning of the jam, but worse for you at the end of the jam. It's like midnight's like, you know, 6 in the morning for you, which is, you know, arguably not as bad. But for ending, it's going to end at like 6 p.m. or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But I think I want to schedule it soon, though. I don't think I want to wait super long to figure it all out. And then I want to promote it as quickly as possible. I think I want it to happen next month, but I don't know if that's like being too eager. But I feel like it's something we had that we should, you know, something we should do quickly. Now, quicksand just looks like normal sand in real life. I do like, I looked up this reference last time where it's kind of like a goop. Just not really what quicksand looks like, but look, it's quicksand. It looks no different than normal sand. There's some people just dying. Anyway. Not really Twitch. No one's dying. Everyone's fine. I'm trying to figure out... Yo, Sean the Pawn's back. I saw that you commented on my video, but I didn't look at it yet. But I appreciate that you commented. That is rad of you. I will answer it when I when I'm off stream. I'm just trying to figure out a good reference here. I'm trying to figure out how to draw like quicksand in an environment. Like, I feel like maybe just having it look like a blob, right? But then I feel like you need like context of where it is. Like almost maybe like it's in kind of like a pit. I'm like failing on like figuring out how the horizon would look though. I mean, like a skeleton hand reaching out. I could maybe. I could see that. Well, we don't really have hands in the art style. It would just be a circle reaching up, which I feel like we could do like a silhouette guy maybe. But I don't know. Hard to say. What is going on with my brushes here? I think we can kind of make it look like it's like I said, like sort of like the like ripples kind of look. We'll have to get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. We're mostly just gonna do the sketch tonight, I think, and just kind of block out what we're thinking, and then we'll be done. I don't wanna go for too long tonight. I don't think my brain can handle it. We got a video done today. I think that's all. I think that's enough of a true accomplishment today. We can go back to. Actually, I also edited a short as well. I didn't post it, but I did do it, so that's what matters. How you doing today, Sean? A sign with a skull. It's often used in movies. Yeah, I could see that. Something that bothers me in anime shows is that anime shows typically match the art style. So typically match the art style. So are cartoons photorealistic? Don't know what you mean. Something that bothers me is that in animated shows in... Oh, I think I see what you're saying. Like the animation, like shows in animation are cartoons in cartoons. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's always weird. What's even weirder is when shows are photorealistic in cartoons. I don't know how I'm feeling about this. I guess we could do a sign. It's like danger. Maybe. I don't know. I prefer that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you do a cartoon in a cartoon, it should just be a different cartoon style. Like you should go a different cartoon style. Maybe a bit cheesy. I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll keep it there for a minute. Honestly, no, this is our last ditch effort. If we're like, man, this doesn't make any sense, then we'll do it. If if this doesn't look like quicksand by the time we're done with it, then yeah, we'll probably have to do that. But I'm gonna make like sand dunes in the background because it's kind of like the desert thing. Although, I don't know. I think I put it in a spot that looks weird though. It needs to be like there. Got my drawing tablet working? Heck yeah. I see something sinking, but I don't know why. I mean, we could just do like half a guy, you know? Something like that, right? Maybe smaller than this. The scale looks wrong, but oh, you ever end up in that pose? Apparently that's how you're supposed to sink into quicksand. You're supposed to make yourself flat, right? Give yourself as much surface area as possible. This guy's gonna be alright. I don't know, that's an idea. Idea 2. Is make the pit just look like I always have to draw circles on a perspective here, and that's kind of annoying. I don't know if these really get across like this. It might be like one of those things that looks better in shading. We have kind of... I don't think it really works. Yeah, kind of like a bubbling look, right? It's kind of the goal. Like, I was trying to draw like this. But that doesn't really quite... I don't know, it doesn't draw well. Well, I'm kind of drawing it wrong now that I'm looking at it. Problem is, like, it might be one of those things that's not good at, like, drawing with lines, and it might be something that's better to just render out with shading. In theory, it's kind of like, and then a bunch of little ring, and around that ring, bunch of close rings. And then there's another large ring. And close rings to that ring. And then you draw it horribly on the perspective, and you just kind of re-perspectivify it. I mean, it kind of works. I don't love it. It's an idea. The other option is we make it kind of more like a sinkhole like look, where it's just kind of like the sand is I don't know. At that point, you just call it a sinkhole and not quicksand, you know? These things. I guess you'd see the bottom. I don't know. I'm trying to make it look like it's like a hole, right? Like it goes down. But I don't know if I really like that either. I gotta check something real quick. Quick and fast. Cool. I think the circles look better. Yeah, I mean too. I mean, we could do, honestly, like part of me, let me attempt something real quick. Let's try it as if I'm gonna render it and then just see what it looks like. Like if I do circles but like a soft shaded look, does it look good? Yo, Glitch, how you doing? Hello, hello. Like what if we do more of a I don't know, like multiply. If we do it more shaded, does it anything? Great, how are you? We're doing all right. I posted a new video today on how to play my game, which feels good to finally get done. Doing good. Today's been kind of a just yapping, honestly. We haven't really done too much today. But that's okay. We're kind of trying to do a little bit of drawing now, but honestly, I'm probably just gonna get a bit of a sketch done and then call it a day. Right now we're drawing a quicksand card, kind of a land card for the game, but it also kind of sort of be like a trap card. I don't know. We're kind of trying to figure it out. I would say that looks better. But it's kind of hard to draw quicksand because it looks like normal sand. So illustrating it is kind of weird. And so I'm just kind of trying to figure out how this should look. Sounds fun. Yeah. Not too bad. I think I know what you need to have something falling singing into it. Yeah, I mean, I did draw this little guy. Like we have like a little silhouette of a dude just sinking on in there. You know, I think that's probably how we're gonna have to do it. I almost wonder if we make it look like just normal sand and then just have someone sinking in. But I feel like once someone's sinking into it, it doesn't look like normal sand anymore. It kind of just looks like mud, you know? Am I the last regular YouTube viewer? No, there's one other guy with a Clippy avatar who comes in. Unsatisfied sometimes joins on YouTube. It's our Clippy people. Oh yeah. Otherwise I think it's mostly you. Hopefully hopefully with more videos coming out, or a video coming out, we'll get something, and then hopefully, you know, maybe we have I'm gonna probably be making a bunch of shorts, so hopefully that can help too. Oh, I see. I've been cooking and lurking for a while, but I do think something syncing might be better, more visual. Yeah, honestly, this already looks, having this looks better. Did you ever learn what Clippy was about? I vaguely understand it. I never actually watched the videos, but I get the concept. I feel like it's not the only movement that's similar, that's like it, so. I grew up in the time of Clippy, as did I. As did I, Thunder. Back in my day, Clippy was... Back in my day, Clippy was annoying. I mean, something like that. We're about 6 minutes away from an ad break. I think. What am I supposed to say? All right, Clippy only wanted to help you, yada yada. No, it's I mean, you could just turn it off, right? It wasn't like something that was always on, I thought. I can't remember. I don't know. It never really bothered me that much, but it was kind of fun to be like, stop, Clippy. God. What are you doing, Clippy? Something you hated for the fun of it, not because you actually hated it, you know? It sounds terrible, but oh my gosh, I remember Clippy. Good old Clippy. I don't know, something like this where they're kind of like sinking in and you can kind of see the ripples, but I don't know if the ripples really like make a whole heck of a lot of sense, but I don't know, something like that. Maybe just like a few bloops here or there. It definitely looks better rendered, right, than just like a sketch. And on the correct perspective. I wonder if we can draw like a 3D bubble. Like a... Doesn't really work. This thing like... It's not really bubbly though, you know? I spelled that more of a vertical drowning. Yeah, I mean, we could do that too. Or instead, I don't know. Like someone like shoulders on the ground, hand up. No. And then they're kind of this way. I think this is more visually interesting. I don't know. And hard. See what Magic does, because we know they've done a quicksand card, even though I didn't actually know that, but I knew it, you know? I didn't know, but I knew, you know? I had no clue, but I just knew. Eat with a thing. Is it actually a land? Add on your mana pool. Sacrifice quicksand. Target attacking a creature without flying gets -1/-1 at the end of the turn. Kind of meh. I'm sure it works well with something. Not that I really know Magic super well. We're probably in an ad, aren't we? No. 1 minute 50 seconds. I feel like it might just be time to skedaddle. To be honest. I think it might be time to dip. Potentially. I'm gonna cut you right at the end. Glad to give you a view boost though. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could keep going. Like I have enough brain power to draw, but I also don't. I don't know. I don't feel like I should overdo it. I think we're gonna have a lot of stuff coming up. We're gonna have a game jam, card game jam coming up, so that's gonna be really cool. I'll go now. There you go. I was gonna say I feel like I'm just winding down mentally right now, so I should probably save this. We've got a card game jam gonna be coming up. We're gonna be doing a D&D, like chat plays D&D thing. I gotta figure out how to do that, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, on the jam, indeed. A good time off to eat. Game jam sounds awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you want to participate at all, you can join my Discord server if you aren't there already. Don't remember, but yeah, we'll be making card games kind of deal. In like a week from now, we're gonna be collaborating with Nez, and we'll probably raid her today just because we can on Fridays. But yeah, we're gonna do some collaboration stuff where we talk about TCG game design and potentially play my game, and there's a lot of cool stuff coming up. So I think I might just save my energy here. That makes sense. What am I even doing? I'm trying to save this card art, player cards, lands. Wait. Okay, done. I think this will turn out good. I think it's just taking me a minute to kind of figure out what I need to do. We're in an ad. We'll wait for the ad to be over, and then we'll leave. But yeah, I think that's kind of cool. We got to figure out how all that's gonna work. I also want to do more collaborations just playing armies, especially now that we got the video done. I think it's a good time to start doing that. So we'll probably have more actual videos of the gameplay. Which I don't know if it's going to be good or bad, but it'll be something. I'm unsure whether it's going to be fun for people to watch, or if it's going to be more you know what. If it's gonna just kind of end up being, you know, meh. You know, so just because, like, I feel like watching people play board games isn't quite the same as watching people play video games, but that's why I kind of want to try to make more interactivity stuff, so it can be more interesting for when we're doing that kind of thing. It would be really cool, actually. I need to have all the stuff closed, don't I? It would be good to write down something, like have redeems that explain what armies is while we're playing it. So like you hit like exclamation point armies and it comes up with like, it explains the rules in a video format or something. I think that would be kind of cool, because we really need to have it so to keep the experience a lot more understandable for people who are new to the stream. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, next week I will be, I don't know if the schedule is officially official, but I'm pretty sure on the 20, let me check my schedule. On the 20, yeah, on the 26th at 5. I don't know if exactly this is like for sure locked in, but I will be doing a like how to make a TCG thing with Nez for her charity event. And it'd be cool to see you guys there as well. She's going to be streaming for basically the next 2 weeks doing a charity thing for Girls Make Games, which is pretty cool. So if you can make it there, that'd be cool. So, and with that in mind, we're going to rate her. I feel like I've rated her on Friday like the past few times, but you know what? It's easy. It's easy when you have a friend to raid and they're online. So anyway, it was good talking to you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for chilling. Thank you for Checkers. I think you were the one who resubbed. Thank you for that. Can't remember if anyone else did, but if I forgot, then thank you even more. So all right, y'all. You have a good rest of your... Oh wait, here, let me go to my full face to see my face. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you Monday. Anyway, bye. I didn't hit the start raid button every time. Every time. Now we have to wait 10 seconds. But yeah, hopefully I'll have more stuff done. I really want to get more of these like things implemented into the game, so, or into the stream. So maybe I can actually get those worked out off stream. So anyway, we can actually raid now. So goodbye. Have a good one. Farewell. Toodles.